All right, guys, let's continue on where we left off. Got a little bit more sanding to do on this side. Just do some hand work. I've got a lot of this I did off camera. Got this to look pretty good. I got a little low spot right there. I don't know if you can even pick that up in the camera, but I did the line, cleaned it up a little bit, and then I guess I'll take this thing off now. I think I've got it. Well, it's probably about as good as it's going to line up, which isn't that great. Look at the corner down there. I have to roll the whole thing, the edge, the bottom edge, and that's not going to be doable, I don't think. I don't know. I guess when I made this frame, you know, the inner frame, the skin kind of rolled onto it. So, I mean, maybe I could. I don't know. The corner right there. Yeah, nothing gonna really worry about it. Crack the Bondo and everything on the outside. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll think about it. Well, the only thing is when I start to hammer on that, I think I'm gonna have to take duckbills and maybe bend it down. If I do it that way, and the thing is, it's gonna want to. If I used a hammer, it'd probably, how it was used to be, just going down like this. It'd probably just go back to that again. Probably not gonna wanna do what I want it to do. So anyway, I'm not sure. So this side looks pretty good. There's a lot of fillers on there. Line's a little off, but it's fine. I mean, look at how bad it was. I didn't have anything. This is a special. You guys that are new, this is a special. This is not your typical treasure chest door. They usually come all the way out to here. Okay, and the hinges are moved over. I think, yeah, the hinges I think are over here. So this is for the SO model, special model that this is, the camper, or the Steiger, or the bucket truck, is a special model. So it has stuff like that. There's the double tail lights. That's a factory thing. They're not two tail lights. It actually has a spacer in one of them. It only has one tail light, but they moved them out, so that was part of the scope for these. A bunch of other little things I don't know. Couldn't name them all off by hand right quick. But anyway, so I got to sand this, finish up this right here, and then do a little bit of touch-ups here maybe. Then I'm going to work on the roof and just see how far we get. A lot of handwork, so we'll just gonna take my time. I'm just gonna make sure it's right, and however long it takes, and we'll just go from there. Talk to you guys. We'll start working. Well, let's take a look here. I had to puddle a little bit heavy on this one, and it's getting kind of cold, so I'll probably get a couple runs in it. No big deal. I just put the last coat on it a little early. The third coat that you guys didn't see me put on. And I'm gonna probably put a little more, just a little bit of caulking in those. A little bit deep. Let's make it look like this side, I guess. Yeah. Like that. Either way, it doesn't matter. I just leave them like that sometimes. It doesn't matter. But it's kind of fun to know, you know, when you guys know and I know, people that have not watched the YouTube channel are going to be seeing this thing and thinking, oh wow, man, that thing was a pretty good one to start with. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll check it out here. This is done. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's a couple of nibby things on there. It'll probably come out good enough with the next coat. I mean, those corners were junk. I saved them, you know. Saved me a lot of money, so yeah. The vents will look, it'll look great when it's all painted. You're not gonna really notice any of that stuff. It's gonna look at bright orange. Got those all welded up. Gotta do a little finger filler to fill them in a little bit. A couple voids in them. No big deal. Won't matter. Yep. Then I cleaned up this edge right here. I got that a little bit better. It had the, like when I ran the machine down here, it kind of puts a little bit of a dent sometimes in something in that area. So you can take a grinder in that and just grind down the skin zipper. You can just grind the edge of it down so it doesn't butt it, you know, so it doesn't hit. Just take it to the bench grinder and just start tuning it up and make it any way you want it. Yeah, we'll just keep moving. It's looking good. About ready for the roof. Did a little drip rail stuff. Did a little bit to this. Yeah, just kind of did the first run on it. Still kind of wavy, but oh well. It'll probably just be wavy. Top edge and stuff. So, and not gonna try to get it really right, but anyway, could, you know, it just takes more time. More time and time. Adds all up. Get a piece of tape out and just tape it really nice, make it straight, and then, you know, there's a lot of things you can do if you have enough time and money. Then we'll get this roof all done, and then this thing's ready for paint, I think, now. So we'll see. You know, I get this thing painted. Get some more sanding done on the roof. There's a little motion going on there, a little bit, you know. Like I said, if I wanted to get all that out of there, I would have had to do my metal work a lot better. And then, you know, or just mounting the filler on, and I'm not doing that. So I keep my filler within spec most time. Try and keep it right there without going over. You know, some guys just mounting it up, they don't care. But I try and, I'd rather have a little wave than I would have filler on too thick. So I could have done more to the metal, make it look better. But like I said, that takes a lot more time. If you start doing that, you have to do more shrinking. A panel like this one and the other side both, you know, that could have been, you know, hours and hours or weeks, you know, trying to get that right. So some guys make it look real easy. It's not. So anyway, we'll keep moving. All right, let's take a look here. Got a little bit too heavy. I actually waited a little bit too long on the clear. Got just a little bit heavier. So, I mean, it has just a hair appeal in it, but not much. It's really hard to even see it. I don't know if you guys can. It's very, very minor. It'll probably stretch out even still. Good clear, really goes down nice. But, yeah, I'll let you guys look at that. Try and get my shadow out of there so you can see. How's that looking? Yeah. Anyway, looks kind of cool with the Westie in the background. I bet you guys really want to see that thing that color. So we're pretty much, I'd say we're ready right in here. Probably the deep edge of that maybe is a little edgy, but that's all right. I'll let that fly. I got to clean this up. I noticed there's a couple little spots right under the very under edge. I'll get a little bit of this stuff. I'll just use, this one's a little bit thicker than the last one I got. The last one I got was kind of thin. I don't know. Maybe it was on the shelf for a little longer and had some stuff on the bottom. I don't know. Then we just got to get around this thing here. Finish up the cab, the roof. I'm trying to think here, guys. I think, you know, I'm just thinking spraying this, right? I'm going to be spraying. You know, the roof is kind of high. You almost got to work a ladder to get up there. You know, you really do. You can't reach it. I have really long arms. I'm 6'3", and I couldn't reach the middle of the roof without a ladder. So, I don't know. I think when I paint the outside, I have to figure, because going up and down a ladder and then moving around, it's going to be hard to get, you know, not get a dry spot or something like that. Just too many variables in there. You know, like a new car, you can paint all one car easily. This is kind of like painting a van. So it's, the vans I like to do the roof separate, because the roof you're laddering the whole way, all the way around. And if you just focus on just the roof, you can keep it with no wet spots. Like at the Westie out there, that's kind of dirty. I was going to show you the roof. I did not polish the roof. I only did, just sprayed it only, and it laid down pretty much with no orange peel. It had two little sags in it. I just buffed out the sags, left the rest. It looked that good. So the roof, you know, on that I was able to spray without having to do it. I think I'm going to do maybe the same on this. I'm considering, you know, maybe, let's say, do the roof and the bed tops and just mask them off and then paint the bottom. I don't know. There's really not much to do on the bottom. That'd be easy. Maybe I could get it just like glass, take my time and really do the bottom, because the vertical areas are always the hardest. And if I did those and got them really smooth, then have less work to do polishing, right? So that's an idea. And then the top, I'm not going to polish. I don't care what happens up there. It could have big gobs of dirt in it, and I'm not going to polish it. I'm going to try not to get any dirt, maybe some little pieces or something. But, you know, little stuff in there, whatever. But I am not going to polish up here at all. Or the back, because that's going to get the lift underneath there. It's going to get scratched. It's going to, stuff like that's going to happen with that. So I'm not going to do that. But the backs of those things I'll probably polish. The roof I'll probably polish. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe I'll try and get away with not polishing the roof like I do on the Westie. You know, it depends. I'm not going to polish anything I don't have to, but I'm probably going to polish the sides and the doors and that. They didn't have any orange peel in them. I could probably put it together with the doors the way it is, and it looked really nice compared to a lot of stuff, you know, that I've seen. There's like no orange peel in the doors. There's no orange peel in that piece that I just painted. There's no orange peel in the gas cap. It's just a little tiny bit dull. Like I said, I over-thinned the base a little bit. And it makes it a little bit easier to spray. And that's why I do that stuff. It just doesn't matter. But the clear, remember, I do not reduce the clear more than what is recommended. She says 10%, I go right to the button. 10%, no more. If you over reduce your clear, that's when you have problems. A lot of people will have clear that delaminates, clear that starts to die really early, doesn't last very long. It's because they usually put reducer in it to try and make it spray easier. It's not a good idea. You use what's recommended and that's it, nothing else. So don't cheat. Yeah, you can make it look really good doing that, but you know, some guys doing show cars do that stuff. They do a flow coat with the clear reduced more, and it's dangerous to me. It takes away, makes the paint not last. I tried it before many years ago, and I had, you know, clear that failed in like 3 years, you know, and like most of my clear, even the cheap clear I've used before, last 10. If I keep it outside all the time. So if you do that, you're gonna take the life out of your clear. So it does something with the, I don't know, some of the reacts with some of the stuff inside there. It's all designed a certain way. If you don't stick to the rules, it will mess you up. A friend of mine taught me a lot of that stuff doing assembly parts for a car. He was doing parts for him, and to pass the lamination, the adhesion test that they do, he had to do everything by the book, right to the exact temperatures and times that were on every product, and then it stuck. You know, otherwise, if he cheated at all, it would peel off. You know, you have a problem. It'd delaminate. You know, so it's got to be right. Anyway, talk to you guys in the next video. Hopefully, I got enough here for you. I'm not sure how big this video is going to be. I just thought I'd get this one up here for you tomorrow. I've been having a lot more problems with the car. It's not over yet. A lot of stuff going on over there. It seems like the turbo's bad that I got. It's just the whole reason I changed the engine was because of the turbo. And the turbo I think I got on the engine is actually bad. I wiggled it, didn't feel bad, but I think there's something wrong inside there. So anyway, the intake manifold was bad. The turbo was bad. The fuel pressure regulator that was on the engine was bad. Every accessory and part that was on the engine that I bought was bad. And I've had to change them all one at a time, looking at codes, figuring out what's wrong, change it. And then put all the parts from my other engine. I should have just kept the same engine and gambled. I'd have probably been better off if I just did that and just put a turbo on it. You know, just had terrible luck with that. And it looks like the engine that the guy took out of that car. It had the same weeds on it, you know. The weeds that were on the car were on the engine, and he cleaned a lot of them off, but I could see some of them, recognize them from the same place. It looked like a low miles engine. It had a lot of stuff, but then that transmission being melted, everything inside's melted. That was just weird. I'm telling you, something's weird. I don't know. And every part, every single part that I got on it, every piece, intake, everything is bad on the car. Everything, I had to replace all of them one piece at a time. So anyway, I'm pretty discouraged about that, but I don't know. I would just chuck it right now, but I don't know how much money I put in the thing so far. It's like 3,000 something crazy, and it's not even fixed. Talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.